Okay, now you can count for me how many times this fella makan. Okay, now this a bit about this gangster. When we first found gangster in Kota Kinabalu, guess what? The guy who caught him wanted to cook curry. Okay, green curry. Okay, green turtle curry. Okay, now we said no, give it to us. We'll give you a kambing. So here we have it. Okay, now this fella, we plan to release it when it's adult. This penyu laut ni still a remaja, a teenager. How do we know? Okay, adult is about 1.2 meter and they are 20 years old, same like human. And they can green turtle can live up to 80 years or sometimes 100 years old, same like human. Okay, now one of the things that you will see throughout the fish feeding show is, okay, later on you can pay attention to this fella too. This is a stingray. Okay, why is it called a stingray? By the way, just that you know, manta ray, you know the big, black, and then very horrible looking one that look like a devil. That one is very safe. Their tail has no sting. Manta ray has no sting. This one is called stingray for a very good reason. If you look at the middle of the tail, there is a sting. If you happen to step on it, the sting goes up like that, and then you beat the tail. Very painful. Okay. Most of the time people hit here and here, but crocodile hunter, very sorry. God bless his soul. He was hit on his heart. He is seriously very unfortunate. And when we heard of the crocodile hunter incident, we actually removed the sting, but we don't want to cut off the tail because it look very cruel, right? So we remove the sting, but the sting, like your fingernail, it grows back. Okay, now this is the, okay, just that you know, this stingray also has another name, big show off. Okay, they will only kasih show off when you ada makan. If not, normally this fella kasih petapuk saja. Okay. Now as my friend is coming around, you see that green turtle already sneaking over there to eat makan already. Okay. And this green, the gangster, why is it called gangster? Sometimes in order to get food, he actually bite my friend. So that's why we always ask the new diver to go inside the tank. Okay. As my friend, okay, yeah. Okay, now as my friend bringing the food, and then you see the greedy face of all the fish. Now let me introduce you this fish over here. You see the one that look like 101 Dalmatian. Okay. Okay. This fish over here is called Harlequin sweet lips or many spotted sweet lips. Okay, that fish actually over here we call Angelina Jolie because of the lips, juicy lips. But beauty comes at a high price. Juicy lips like that invite parasites. So don't worry, we have a doctor, not us, not human. We have a fish doctor. Okay, if the fish doctor come around, I will show you. Okay, now as my friend is feeding, if you see this funny looking fish that look like a sucker fish swimming upside down, it is not a sucker fish. That is called a shark sucker. Okay, the one that's sort of like a disc is actually their fin up there that modify so that they can stick onto sharks or whales. Okay, but here because we don't have big sharks or big whale, so what the shark sucker do sometimes is this is how they do. Imagine this is a kepala, they will stick onto the glass like that. Okay. Now as my friend saw the video, okay, this fella, I call him Mr. Funny. This is a trigger fish. Okay, trigger fish, if you look at the teeth, that is their main weapon. Okay, if it is curious, our diver will kena. Because sometimes if it's really curious, it will go and bite the diver. Okay, who is the best friend of the trigger fish? This fella. You see the big fat fella behind this fat fella? Okay, the big fat fish, the round one is called the puffer fish. Puffer fish, when it is soft, like stress or whatever, it puffs itself out. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to catch a puffer fish, please don't eat them. You know why? Inside the livers and the ovaries of the puffer fish, there is a kind of poison. 10,000 times more poisonous than cyanide. And yes, in Sabah we do have cases, the old man who doesn't listen, say I know what I'm doing, go and cook the pufferfish, died as a result of eating it. So please, okay, avoid that fella. Now ladies and gentlemen, if you pay attention, if you see this big round fish here, okay, the white and black, yeah, they are the same. These are called the bat fish. Bat fish, like Batman, you know why? They can actually change color from white to black in a few seconds. So if you pay attention, some of the black fish now is actually changing to white now because it's in the bright sunny area. Okay, now this stingray is called fantail stingray. Okay, don't worry about the sting. This fantail stingray actually has got 2 stings. Okay, but this fantail stingray over here behave like a little sister. Always like to follow the big stingray and other people. Okay, there we go. That's the big show off. You see this one? You see the 2 long thing? That's a boy. Okay. If you see, you know, sharks or stingray, the adult one with the 2 long thing, that's a boy. But that 2 long thing is not what you think it is. Okay, it's just a modified fin so that they can grab onto the female. Okay. Now about the green turtle, this gangster, it has got a very good lung. You know why? 1 gulp of air, they can swim for 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and at night, 1 gulp of air, sleep for 5 hours, 6 hours. Okay, sea turtle also inside the brain, there is this thing like a built-in GPS. They can swim more than 8,000 kilometers away from the island they were born. And a few years they can always swim back to the same island for breeding, mating, and laying eggs. Okay, now everybody was looking at